Hello, welcome back to part two of our interview with Coach Gonzalo. We were talking about the four verts in the first part of the interview. Then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the video of it. So welcome back, Coach. Part two of our interview.
Thanks for having me again. And yeah, we'll go. Yeah, now we'll dive a bit into the actual plays and the film.
Cool.
Okay, so we have here is our base formation, 2x2, 10 personnel. We talked a bit about the read for the inside receiver running that seam. We pass the first level defender and then we read the second one. So until we haven't passed the first one, we cannot break into our adjustments. So we'll push vertical, we'll attack that safety. And again, the rules, if we're even, I'm leaving, meaning I'm gonna keep running vertical. If he's out, I'm in. So we'll be that bender here.
Yep. Like a post,
we attack the middle of the field, but without going too far inside because we don't want to go to that other safety. And if he's over the top on a cover 4 situation, we're gonna stop. So yeah.
This is on your version of stick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not just saying why. Is your why your primary, or is it a pre-snap read, post-snap read? Same as
I mean, so the read here, what we do is we're gonna call. In this case, we're gonna call the play to the left. Okay, and the read for the quarterback is 1. So inside left receiver is gonna be number 1.
Yep.
If he's free here, we're gonna throw it.
Yep.
That gives time for number 2 here to make his read.
Yep.
So it's gonna be 1 to 2 to 3. Okay.
You don't have no like pre-snap if their corners are in like press, you can just throw to the that's what goes.
Yeah, but we'll have that depending on the game and scout the other team if they play a lot of. We don't see much of press coverage here in Spain because I assume most teams are afraid of our passing attack and they try to keep us short.
Yeah.
So they go deep and they wait for us to make a mistake, and we'll see a lot of soft 2 cover 2 soft or cover 4. We see a lot of that. So this is our base formation.
Yep.
We will see also on film a clip of or a couple of clips of motion. So from 2x2, we'll motion into 3x1, and we want to have these receivers stop. So it's going to be on the go, and that creates. Because we run a lot of screens here.
Yeah.
Some corners will tend to go down.
Yep.
And that's when we can either hit this guy here, which 90% of the time is going to be open, because if defenses see a motion, they tend to go with the player in motion, and they tend to forget the rest of the players. Yep. So
you're setting them up, right? You're setting them up like running the screen. Yeah.
Yes. And most of the time, this player here is going to be open, this window here, but we'll run our version of 4 verts regular. So we'll have our 4 landmarks here, hashes, and bottom of the numbers to the sideline. And here we'll see the read that we have for our trips formation. So in trips, it's always going to be number 3. Running to the opposite hash, who's gonna have the read, and his read is gonna be if I can cross his face and keep deep, cross safety's face and keep going deep, I'm gonna do it. But if the hash is covered, I'm gonna turn it into an over route,
Yep.
kind of.
Yep.
And this also is very, very, very effective because the corner is going to be here with the outside receiver going deep. And you will have
the wide cross coach. That's what it turns into.
Yes, it's actually similar to the wide cross concept, except you won't have any short route here,
Yes.
or even you can have the running back going here, so you can turn a 4 verticals and a wide cross concept at the same time. And I love wide cross, so I love running the 4 verts out of trips, because that gives us also the ability to run kind of a wide cross concept. Then we'll have our regular trips, so it's the same read, but we're gonna start out of trips. Always, I like to run trips always to the field, because that gives us better spacing. But you could run it out of to the boundary as well. So
what's your reasoning for liking trips over to?
For liking trips is because against wide high low, because defenses tend to have an adjustment call for trips.
Yep.
And if you can know what that call is, you can know what the defense is going to run.
That's what I like about trips.
Yeah. So I like trips because of that. Because
it exposes the defense, really.
Yes, you know what the defense. Yeah, you know what the defense is going to run, because we are not a very trips team. We don't run trips offense. We don't run trips very much.
Right.
So defenses tend to have 1, maybe 2 calls, and you're gonna know what they're gonna run before they do it, and you know where to attack. And then you can always tag this backside receiver here, and you can run many things against different teams. We will do different things based on scout. Last year, 2 years ago, with the U19 team, we played against a very, very, very good team. And we beat them with, I think, because they were very, very aggressive against the trips, and they put a lot of players to the side, to the trip side, and they will leave the backside receiver against the cover 3 corner playing almost at 10 yards. And we used a lot of we tagged a lot of hitches out of this, and you can run this and also have the ability to run to attack the corner deep on a cover 3. So against a 1 high look, I prefer to run it out of trips than out of 2x2, but that's just my preference.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, now. Trips to the other side, I have this here. And this year, I will try to install the 4 verts out of 20 personnel. I really like it because last year with the men's team, it worked good, because defenses tend to forget about the running back when they go deep. And if you have a number 2 here, their number 2, they see him crossing to the other side. They think it might be wide cross concept, and they will follow him here, and they will open this hash mark throw here, very easy for the quarterback. And if you have an athletic running back that can catch, not a very good catcher, but he can decently catch, it's 3 yards.
I was gonna ask that question. Like, are you happy to have any of your backs run that route? Or
yeah, I actually turned one of my wide receivers into running back this year for the U19 for the U19 team, because we were running a lot of 5-man plays, 5 route plays, and I want my running backs to be able to catch a ball. If you're running any variation of the air raid or you have air raid concepts, you need your running backs to be able to catch a football. For me, if you cannot catch a football, you'll see the field very, very little, because I'm not running the ball that much I always try to have my best players playing and giving them the opportunity to make plays on the open field, but they need to be able to catch a football. It's a must for our offense. Okay, same thing here. You can have it both ways. You could have number 2 here to the left running vertical and having the other running back running on the weak side, on the short side. But again, anything you can use to trick the defense into crossing and switches and everything, I'll do, because I think it works perfectly fine. And yeah, and now if you feel like it, we can watch some film.
You know me, Coach. I'll say it on YouTube. I'll say it on Twitter. I'm not a tell me person. I'm a show me. You know, I never post. I will never post it if I can't show you what I do. And I love everybody.
Okay, so we'll see some clips of our men's team last year. 2019 Dracs in the Spanish league. We also see a bit of our U19 team running the trips, because it shows very good what I want or why I run for Verts out of trips. And we'll see a few clips of the SMU run and shoot offense to show their reads and why they use it.
Nick, before you start, can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Is your QB an American or is he a national?
We've run it with both. This one is he's an American, but we've used a national quarterback too, and
had the same success.
Yeah, it changes a bit. Of course, American quarterbacks, if you bring an American quarterback, it's because you trust him, especially in the deep throws. And Anthony Garner, he was our quarterback last year. He had to come almost unnoticed because we lost our quarterback before coming here. And he had to come in week 2, and he did a great job for us. Really cool guy, and he had a very strong arm, and you'll see here in a couple throws. So here, if you can see, you'll see on your right, we'll have we'll have the delay here. Okay, here to your right, we play very, very, very tight. Our alignment is very tight.
Yep.
So we have a lot of space outside to work with, screens, also to bring someone in motion to here to the other side, or the running back to be able to run outside. So we'll have a switch concept on both sides.
Yep.
If you okay, I'll try to move it slower because I see it's freezing a lot. Okay, so if you see, both defenders here are going to follow the inside receiver running out, and you'll see both outside receivers going free. So we'll have both outside receivers running the inside route open on the middle of the field, and you'll see 2 defenders following here. This and of course, after the catch, this is an American receiver. He just blew everyone deep. So
I think I like about the switch that we can run that as national receivers.
Yes.
The problem that I've had, not every stop, but in my last stop was getting the QB to get that read correctly. There's been a few clips I posted on Twitter where we've run the switch and the QB's had the wrong read. So it's a great concept, but as you said before, you've got to keep on them. You've got to keep on them to get it right.
It's great for national receivers because it doesn't rely much on speed as the normal release would do. I mean, in 4 verticals, you need receivers to be able to win that race, and some of our receivers are not very, very fast. So with the switch concept, you help them by setting them up free and making the defense having to communicate real fast, and you have a lot of blown coverages here. Okay, here I believe we have regular 2x2 10 personnel for verticals. So here we'll just win deep. Of course, you need a quarterback that can throw that ball. But again, most DBs are not, at least in Spain, are not great athletes.
I'm not saying that about our DBs. I know too many DBs that'll slack me off. Our DBs are great.
I know. But because not many teams throw deep or know how to throw deep, they tend to expect the passes to be at least, I mean, less than 20 yards deep, and they're not very good at turning their hips and going deep. So if you have a quarterback that can throw and not even 60 yards, but 35 plus yards, sometimes you can get the defense off guard.
You're exposing them by making them too, right?
Yes. Okay. So I think we have these two here. Here, if you see, we have empty formation. We have the running back out.
Yep.
Out here, he's the running back.
Yep.
We move him out. That gives us a lot of options. We can run again. We can send him in a shallow cross. We can just put him here and run like a fake screen that can turn into a kind of a smash concept. In this case here, it's that kind of shallow cross with a fake screen look.
Yep.
And then we have the switch with the receivers with both on both sides.
Yep.
And that leaves again the inside receivers here. So here, these inside receiver and these inside receiver inside routes, they were the outside receivers. But after the switch, most defenses make a mistake by going both DBs out.
But you're running the double switch with the drag. That's nice. I ain't never seen that before. I might take that one, you know. Double switch with the drag is pretty nice. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. And here we'll see the motion and the forwards with the motion.
Yes.
Okay, you see here the defender following the motion.
That indicates the man, yeah.
Yeah. And they have to follow him across a lot of people, and they will never get there if you run it fast and on time. because if they're a man, like in this case, okay. Also, this is a very a good indicator for the quarterback. If it's a man coverage or zone coverage, but you see here, as these two are running, as these two are running inside, because number 2 here is running to the opposite hash.
Yes.
Number 1 is running to this hash here, hash mark, and the player in motion is running to the outside. It creates a natural pick.
Rub. We say rub, coach.
Of course.
We don't say pick, or those we get a flag. We say rub. That's offensive rub.
This is actually not even it's not even designed. It's not even designed to be that way. But it naturally creates that rub. Yeah, it creates that rub because he's forced to be deep, so he's not going to be able to cover this guy. And a kind of backside shoulder throw here.
Yep.
And now easy pass, no risk for the quarterback.
Yep.
And we just gained 23 yards.
Very nice.
So
also, your blow up dragon is very nice as well. I've just noticed.
Yeah.
It's a nice blow up dragon. You're living the high life over there, boys.
Yeah, we're living it here for the whole game for everyone to enjoy, because we think it's too nice for just
very nice.
to have it.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like it.
To have it there for 5 minutes. So we leave it there for the whole game.
That's for the ambience.
Yes. Okay. Now we have.
Yep.
3 by 1. With kind of an H-back.
Is that a tight end or a running back or a fullback, or is he? What is he?
He's a multi-purpose player. We have him listed as a receiver, but he has played running back for us. He's played almost anything for us. So we could run with him like kind of a jet sweep out of here.
Yep.
So they have to be honest about us going here. And this is, again, switch concept here. Outside receiver is going to run in.
Yep.
That creates a natural rub also. Number 2 is going to go out.
Big fan of the switch. You're making a good advert for it.
Yeah. And it's an easy touchdown for us. Easy touchdown for us. Okay. Again, we'll see a couple more switches here. The quality here is not great because this is out of the TV.
Yeah.
Okay, so here just regular 4 verts out of 2x2, just blonde coverage, soft cover 2. The DB doesn't do a great job here outside, and we just
if a pace.
Yeah.
Because we run a. Do you guys have any preference of what foot you have up? Because for a long time, it's got to be left. It's got to be elsewhere foot. Whereas now we're at the point now where it's like it doesn't really matter.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I like inside foot up.
Yep.
But just because I like, especially for short routes, it's easier to count the steps.
Yep.
If we all do it the same way.
Yes.
But we've done it this year. We'll use different stuff because we want to do different things. So it really depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
But for verticals, it really doesn't matter because the most consistent you can be with the same foot up, the least tendencies you will give for the defense to scout. But depending on the level, I don't know much about the UK, but here I would assume that most defensive coordinators don't go that deep into their scouts.
Yeah. I've always thought it's sorry for up, but I'm starting to think about relaxing that role now because I don't think it's that deep for us. I think
yeah,
like you say,
I mean, yes. What we do is we put the receivers, or mostly most of the time we put them on the same side, so they play we don't have like Z, X, Y, and H. We'll just call them by the right outside receiver is going to be R. Yep. The left one is going to be L, and they're always going to be playing that way. Okay. And that makes them to feel easier, to feel more comfortable running their routes, because they're used to running the routes the same way and always using the same foot up. But it's also because we're with a no huddle offense. Yes. Not especially in up tempo, but the no huddle offense, and we are trying not to have our receivers running or going from side to side depending on the call or the formation. So we kept it simple formation wise. We use a lot of motions, but the look is going to be always the same for the defense, at least at the beginning, and we'll try to force them into going to where we want. So we know that against motion or into trips, they'll use this call. Okay, so for this game, we'll use maybe a different motion or a shift that will trigger that call for the defense. Okay, so again, even against the cover 4, if you use a lot of short routes, corners tend to cheat, and you can always make them pay. Okay, here we have a tag here. We will run number 2 to the right. We'll run. We had a system last year where if we tag any of the receivers to the play side on a different route, the number 2 receiver to the backside would occupy that player's landmark. So if we had, in this case, we have our number 2 running an out, 10-yard out, that second receiver, that slot receiver from the backside will run opposite hash to attack. But in this case, it's number 1 receiver just winning. Here we'll have another switch concept, and you'll see it's always the same. Both guys go to one receiver, and a lot of the times one receiver is open because they need to communicate fast. They need to have rules, and it's bigger chances for blunt coverage. Anytime you do it, it's a chance for a miscommunication. That one was easy. Okay, let me go back. Can I come back? Easy 20 yards. No one around him. So both defenders go with the inside route from the number 1 receiver. Number 2 is wide open. Backside throw, back shoulder throw to number 2. Easy 20 yards.
Pitching catch.
Yeah. Okay. Now we have a couple of So this is the game I was telling you about earlier from our U9 team. This is 9-man football. Okay, so it's gonna be a bit more strange for you.
Yep, it's fine. I've never coached that, so it's, yeah.
So this is a one high look.
Yep.
Okay, this is different. What I like to run for Verts out of trips is because this defender here cannot be right. If he tries to play the middle of the field, number 3 crossing to the opposite side is going to be open, because he's going to be in front of the safety. He's going to cross his face, and he cannot cover. And if he goes to number 3, number 2 is going to be open. So it's very, very, very hard for one high looks to cover this route. Okay, here safety goes to number 3, number 2 is open here. We end up not throwing that ball, but again, now trips to the left, one high look again. Now the safety stays with number 2, number 3 is open. We end up throwing to him, but after the QB scrambled a bit. So in here again, one high look. Safety went to number 3 because it was our most dangerous player.
Yep.
And that left number 2 open wide, open here. Quarterback uses the tag here. We tagged the backside receiver because we expected a lot of off men here. We just tagged here, easy pitch and catch, 8 yards for our receiver in the red zone. And one last one. Again, now after we run the same play a couple of times, he tries to stay in the middle, trying to play both receivers, both hash marks, but he can't. And we actually were very close to score here. The receiver dropped the ball, but you see this image here.
Yep.
Corner stays with backside receiver. Safety tries to cover both hashes, but if he tries to do that, he's not covering neither one.
I actually don't mind showing clips. I'll do it myself. I'll show clips of us where we don't actually complete a pass, or we don't actually score a touchdown, because if the concept's showing you what it's supposed to do, whether you complete it or whether you don't, the concept's still right. So
yeah, of course.
That's a great clip.
Sometimes the quarterback reads other things. Yeah. It was the first time running this concept out of trips for him, and it was a very big game. We ended up winning, I believe, 54-46 of something like that. It was a very, very high energy game. Yep. And we ended up here dropping the ball, but this was an easy touchdown here.
It's good teaching time. It's just good teaching time for them along, isn't it? That's what I always say. Good
yeah.
They're supposed to run.
Okay, we're back here, and a few clips of the SMU offense.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Why is it not? Oh, no. Okay. So 2x2. This is regular 4 verticals. Yep. What we're going to see here is this inside receiver. So we're always going to have one inside receiver running deep.
Yep.
And the other has the read. Yep. And the outside receivers also have their own read. So here, what I would expect them to do is we have a very, very, very deep safety out of the image. So he's playing, I don't know, 20 yards deep or 25 yards deep.
Yep. So
any underneath route is going to be open. This area here is going to be wide open. But because they ran a lot of for Verts, the defenses tend to go very deep. What I would expect the receivers to read here is he's not going to be able to outrun this cornerback. So he's going to turn his route into a comeback. He doesn't have any read, so he's going to go deep. And this is the read here. He cannot outrun the safety, so he's going to turn it inside. Okay, we have this catch here. They already
15 yards.
15 yards in open field. So two by two out of 11 personnel.
Yep.
Same thing. He just runs deep against cover 4. He's supposed to go inside or stop. Stop here. And after they do it, after they've done it a few times, my bad. These also against cover 4 is very useful because against cover 4, after 10 yards, the DBs are taught to stay with their man. So that leaves an inside breaking route. So even a skinny post wide open to the back of the safety. And this is the case here. Boom. He breaks inside. Safety stays with his man. It's a really long touchdown. Okay. So just so if anyone wants this film, I believe it's on YouTube, but if not, if you want, I can send it to you.
Yep. I'll also put your Twitter in the description.
Okay.
Coach,
I see we only have 1 minute left. 1 minute left.
We have 1 minute left. So we are running out of time, Coach. I know we're trying to get that last one in, but we are running out of time. I love talking for, and I could actually talk for another hour, but unfortunately, we've not got unlimited Twitter right now, unlimited Zoom right now. So, Coach, I appreciate you coming on, talking your version of 4 Verts. I love some of that stuff, but I'm taking at least one thing away from that. I'm stealing it. No offense.
Use the switch concept.
I already use that, but I'm using that motion. So, but I want to thank you for coming on, and
thank you for having me.
So, thank you for your time, Coach, and I'll see you soon, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. If any of you want to talk ball anytime, I will be glad to do it.
Bye.